Final Four appearance. And the opening tap is controlled to the Illini. Plenty of orange, as we said, in the building tonight. Mike Littlewood, Andy O'Brien, Edwin Young, our officials tonight in the Big Ten.
I mean, shout out to the Illini coming in strong. It's kind of disappointing to see.
National city in so many ways, so many transients. Big Ten teams have come in here and filled about half of Pauley Pavilion.
Well, it shouldn't be like that. Hopefully, see Wagler right there. Just
right
a quick
cue,
shot,
huh?
right on cue. But you want to get this program, these fans back engaged, in particular the students, because when this place is rocking, it's rocking. It's one of the best venues in the country. And there's Eric Daly Jr. That's what I love about his game right there, the versatility. Talked about Tyler Bilodeau, Daly Jr.'s ability to put it on the deck, 1 or 2 dribbles and get to the basket. Daly Jr. able to get by his initial defender.
Dent giving it up again. Daly turned it over with in terms of even looking for his three, but he lost confidence in it, and teams are now daring him to take that open shot.
Well, you said the key word, confidence. This game that we play, or have played, is 75–80% mental. And you see with a lot of, not only college players, but pro players, when they do lose confidence, they become hesitant.
Now they'll run the offense through this guy too. Murkovic can't hit, and there's the putback. Rebounding has also been a problem when you think about it. Ivasic could not hit, but Murkovic with the follow.
Well, this is an Illinois team that's second in the Big Ten and 12th in D1 in offensive rebounds. And there's Perry, Trent Perry, coming off 9 points, 2 for 7 shooting at Michigan State. But if he can get it going early, he can cause some problems for this Illini defense.
And 55 gets the foul. That's Sky Clark.
Get your offense efficiently, the 2 feet in the paint, sink the defense, get them in rotations. You're going to find yourself with some open looks on the perimeter.
Great cut by Boswell. Better feed too. Super drop off to the cutting Ivasic.
Murkovic right there using that 6'9" frame to get downhill, make the play. Boswell finished it off inside to Ivasic.
Dent did not hit the runner. Murkovic will take that three anytime. Look at that pass. He'll pass it so well from outside as well as inside the post. Number 13 in orange, Murkovic. Oswell. He's got, that shot looks good always, even with that fracture of the right hand. It's loose and ready to go. 10-5 Illini. Dent wanted a foul, didn't get it. The physicality of the Big Ten, still an adjustment for him.
That time, Wagler able to shuffle those puppies a little bit, keep himself in front of them, come up with the block.
Oh, the chippy missed that time by Murkovic. Murkovic is going to take that shot when it's available. Sky Clark. That's a positive sign for Cronin's bunch. 10-7 Illinois.
When you get it up quick, you're going to find some gaps that you can drive, and that time Sky Clark able to hit the power button to get by his initial defender, then finish through some contact inside.
Complimentary player, that's Davis. Think about this. We're early on in this game, 13-7, 5 field goals by 5. All 5 players on the floor have scored for Illinois. It's going to be a foul on that drive.
Illinois team, so difficult.
They were a team that played awfully fast last season and early this year.
Yep.
And then when they made the change to Wagler and went away from Petrovic when he had his hamstring problem, they became more of a survey and use clock team.
Yeah,
and they've actually played better since they kind of softened their pace of play.
Right, but it's not like monolithic, you know, where it's all in one spot. It's still some creativity to it. Beautiful play that time by Bilodeau.
Out into the passing lane for the Pilfer. Illinois is very much an analytics team, and Brad Underwood changed with the times and with the personnel.
Well, the move to having Wagler kind of initiate and run the offenses, well, pays huge dividend because of his unselfish nature.
Winding down on Dent, a quick step back.
And he'll do that. And he'll get to his 15-foot shot. A lot of times you'll see him fading back off that left foot. It's just when he starts to get out to 22, 23 feet that the mind begins to play some tricks on him. And he's not able or not fully as confident as he once was.
Wagner with a beautiful dish. Won't fall for Stojakovic, who just came into the game for Boswell. Talk about a great sixth man to turn to, huh? This young man. Oh, what a scoop. And he draws the foul as he takes it to the lid. Comes down gingerly on his...
Due to time constraints, we now move ahead in the action.
And I think Kelvin Sampson can tell his team now we've got a dose of what we do well. We were out-defended by Coach Ward's team. 44-33 as we come out of the timeout. Dent with the perfect lob, and Booker, who's keyed this UCLA comeback, cuts it to single digits with 3 and change remaining in the half.
Well, patience, poise, and execution on that out-of-bounds play. Speaking of which, the middle pick and roll with Wagner.
His vision. Wagner's vision.
Well, you see why he said, you know what, after the Alabama game, we're putting the ball in your hands through man up the point guard, okay? And his vision over smaller opponents allows him to see through traffic and deliver the pass on target and on time.
Bailey here daring him to take that shot. He pulls up just outside the elbow. And finally, the streak of straight makes, which reached 11, has ended for UCLA. His comeback has been keyed by offense, not defense. Illinois still lighting it up themselves.
Yeah, well, yeah, but they would have cut his lead down from about 18 down to 11 right now. So some D was employed a little bit there to cut it in. But then what comes back to kill you every time is when you relax, the Illini are moving, and they get an offensive rebound.
And Wagner returned, and you're struggling to get rebounds on the defensive end at times. Lead back to a baker's dozen. And a 3-ball for Trent Perry. And the kid from Harvard Westlake makes it a 48-38 game. Watch this team play, Jim, and it's almost like it's not like they're running plays. They just look for
out tough. Yeah. And especially from an Arizona team where you don't kind of relate that to, and that's not taking anything away from Arizona. It's just, but that's been the nature of college basketball this year. And how about the freshman class we talked about, man? Just
oh, Wagner so good at surveying, and then the perfect alley-oop. Is Vladimir Ivasic.
Nah, Ivasic right there. The younger is more athletic. You can see him get off the ground with much more bounce. And that time throwing lobs to him. Just get it up by the top of the square, he'll go get it.
Greeny has come into the game for the first time for UCLA. Number 8 in white is Dent. Takes it inside, little floater. If Dent can do that more often and then be willing to take some perimeter jumpers, we can keep UCLA in it if Bilodeau finally gets warm in the second half. It's been a tough first 20 minutes for Tyler Bilodeau. Look forward to hearing from Casey Jacobson and Miles Simon in with Stoner at halftime. What a day they've got to take a look back at. Culminating here tonight, here in Pauley Pavilion. Great defensive work by UCLA. End-to-end at the buzzer. They got a foul.
Yep.
They got a foul, and it happened before 0 hit. Well, that sequence was huge for the Bruins defensively.
Well, it felt like they were going to give up 70 at the half.
Yeah,
I mean,
it did.
Just the weight.
At one point, that was the largest lead of this half.
Well, you know, some early disappointment on both ends of the court, but especially offensively where they couldn't hit a shot, but they stayed with it.
Having called your games both college and pro, you're gaining on me.
Well, that's the key in life, to keep living, brother. That's my whole key, you know?
They adjusted the clock to .9, but it won't matter. We are at the break. Rob Stone.
To be able to cut into this lead and get it to where we're at now.
So by the numbers, sponsored by Vivid Seats, home of the lowest price guarantee. Download their app today. And it was bizarre, to say the least. First time Cronin and UCLA have allowed 50 in the first half, and yet you'd have to say they did not play that poorly.
Few of them.
He called two within about a 3-minute span.
Exactly, but again, knowing the pulse of your team and how you have to get them back together to kind of regather themselves and settle in.
Well, think about this. Getting all that done, and Bilodeau not playing his best. As you see that little up and under move by Wagler go through without falling down. Now suddenly UCLA has a chance to cut it to 5 or 4 on this possession. Booker keyed it in so many ways, knocking down 2 big trays when they were down by 23 points. And Bilodeau just lost that one, a poor pass.
So even on a miss, push it up quickly, okay? See if you can exploit something, get something. If not, plenty of time to operate within your half-court set. But you got to go east and west, and then north to south to force the line out to collapse a little bit more.
Davis over Bilodeau. And again, we talked about this is the Mercer transfer that people can easily overlook. That this young guy has absolutely been steady in this lineup for Brad Underwood. Jake Davis now 2 out of 5, both of them from 3-point range.
Now, think about this. More than 50% of your points, if you're at a line out, have come from behind the 3, which is 33 of the 53 points. Okay?
There's that wide open look for Bailey that doesn't
now on 19 made field goals for the Illini.
A really quick release, Jake Davis. A foul on a reach prior. He's a guy that Nick Clinton needs to stay on the floor. He'll have to be judicious with his defense now. Here's Boswell on the bounce. And draws the foul.
Slowing the offense down.
Needed after the OT losses. And by the way, their 2 losses, both in overtime. They are basically 2 overtimes away from being 17 straight. And the last 2 wins have been blowout victories.
So think about the 3 losses. A combined 8 points total. Okay, you talked about the overtime losses, and there it is, Daly able to knock it in. That just tells you how thin the margin is for them when they lose games. You know, they say against Michigan State, if you get that offensive rebound, another rebound, that game is taken by the Illini.
Davis unable to hit that one as he switched sides. He prefers the left to the right, clearly. Nurkic finds a wide open Wagler. And it goes crying off the front iron. And on that reach,
you know, if Booker and Beatty can be offensive threats, especially from the perimeter, it just opens it up.
If they can get double-digit points and rebounds between the
13 to 15-point score, I think Booker is right around 11 to 12 points to get those key looks.
And they need him to play big in this second half. Since falling down by 23, this is as close as UCLA has been. 54 to 48. Wagler, look at that. Just navigates his way through. No matter how closely you play him, he's got to embrace the contact and make something good happen. Dent giving it up. One more time. E.D. delivers. 56-51. Daly Jr. warming up. 12 points on the night for Daly. Boswell. Ball was tipped. It does stay on this side. Wagner in control with over 10 on the clock. Calls his own number. And that is it over the back.
One game at a time, got to take care of business here because Illinois not going to go away that easily.
By the way, Trent Perry's gone wire to wire, Jim, has 0 turns in this game.
His team only averages about, think about now, what is that, 16 for 18? They've gone since they started 4 for 17.
Yeah. And Sky, I can't drive 55, makes it 56-54. Down by 2. Bruins with a chance to tie or take the lead. End to end. Hammer time. Big time. Timeout.
3-point line. So finding their rhythm of catch and shoots, dribble penetration. And let's see what the line I have coming out the timeout here. Just get it to walk. You know, a lot of scouts have asked about efficient right now in the game. So shout out to the Illini for taking a weapon, a major weapon, away from the Bruins.
Scott Clark, by the way, committed that foul, and he had to sit with 4. He had 3 in the first half. That's right where Villanova wants it. Right there. Get him to the nail, the elbow, and he can convert. In a lot of ways, the epitome of a stretch 4.
Well, he is, but that time, a little zone defense, and that middle spot is going to be the opening. He got it and made him pay for it.
Booker with the rebound. End-to-end Dent. And the foul. The big fella. Booker running the floor. UCLA with its first lead. Two of them, he and Wagner, really work well together, don't they?
They do. They play off each other because both have size and they love to play make for their teammates.
Illini by 1. Wide open look that does not fall from Freeney from downtown. Haley picked up that foul, so he has to sit with 3. Boswell trying to get the jump done from the perimeter camp. And it's out of bounds to the Bruins.
That for UCLA and for this game of if the dynamic switches back to the Illini because of that foul trouble you just mentioned.
Yes, indeed. Dent. Plenty of time on the shot clock. Dent. On the wing. On the drive, draw, and dish, and it's rebounded and cleared to Ammergauss. Too much room. Way too much room. That one does not fall for Ivasic. Suddenly those that were dropping easily early for Illinois, not going down. Dent left some lingerie, as our friend the governor might say, and Bilodeau slams it home. 16 dishes for the Bruins. Dent now with 11 assists, no turnovers. Skip pass to Stojakovic. Ooh, the iron unkind. Bilodeau clears.
Beautiful pass over the defense by Ivasic to get it to Stojakovic. And that's all you can really ask. Do we get the shot we want to get? Or is the defense dictating it? And that time, open shot just didn't go in.
From downtown. Bilodeau trying to keep it alive. The pass, Ammergauss. Where again, that scoop to the hoop leads to a block and a foul. To Notre Dame in the second round with SFA. of college basketball since going to Illinois. Even this season, going from a speed-up team against UConn early to this kind of team where really the analytics of the game have paid huge dividends.
Well, but also, too, in those smaller schools, you can recruit the kind of player you really need and will want to play a certain way. Speaking of playing a certain way, Trent Perry, sort of like Shaka Smart. At BCU, he couldn't recruit the same kind of player at Texas and the same kind of player at Marquette. So a lot of his style, especially defensively, had to change based on the personnel he's able to recruit. Speaking of giving up an offensive rebound,
right away.
Brad Underwood got it, and that gives you another offensive possession. Great defense.
Yeah, Bilodeau with the rejection. Went down on the deck. The arrow is pointing on Saturday night in Westwood. It might be your night.
I'm trying to tell you.
Bailey! That's a discard.
A few things they don't do well, but both teams value the pill, I tell you that.
That was a missed opportunity. Dent just fumbled what was a great return to sender off that inbound.
Yeah, but Bailey put a little mustard, put a little sauce on it, that Louisiana sauce. Right there.
Yeah.
True tale of two halves, huh?
Basically three, because I thought we had two in the first half.
Well, yeah, that's true too, because ending that last 4 to 5 minutes, how you close a half prepares you. And I think the team momentum coming out, and that's UCLA all the way.
Dent missed that one. And in between shot inside the painted area. By the way, if UCLA wins this game by a bucket or by one, that foul at the end of the half, that gave them 3 free throws.
I tell you, can they win by half a point?
Oh, boy. That will loom large in the box score for the Illini if the game finishes that way. Stojakovic. These are tired shots, it appears, from downtown.
Well, but you got a little bit more pressure.
Yeah, it's true.
The momentum is that's
downtown in the second half after 10 of 19 in the first. And Hummerkaus just ran through like a freight train to pick up that foul. Dent. Ooh, a little scoop to the hoop. And he's put a dent in the Illini here in the second half. No turns. That's been the story. 9 points, 11 assists.
force.
With Keaton and Stojakovic about the ability to play through contact. Because you look at him, he looks like such a finesse player, and he looks younger than he is. And he's awfully young. But boy, he embraces the contact. Dent,
as effective in late games.
Strength is within that body shape. Uh-oh, a rare offensive rebound and put back. A huge sequence as Eric Daly Jr. connects to make it a three-point lead. You don't see that happen to Illinois often. Nice cut. Turned down a good look. And swinging it back outside. Ivicic just turned down a three-footer. And there's Amir Steele. Still on the deck. Bruins come out of there with it. I believe the head coach is seeing how much his team wants it tonight. Bilodeau. Oh, the place would have exploded had that gone down.
I tell you, the numbers were in the Bruins' favor, but how about the hustle? Multiple players for UCLA got their knees dirty on that last defensive possession.
Boswell splits the double. Davis is step back. Uh-oh. Ivicic is on the deck.
He slipped.
He slipped. Tomislav Ivicic is on the deck, and he is in some pain. Tied at 69. And a foul off the ball.
Keaton Wagland, I saw this in the Michigan State. I think he has an exquisite feel for the game that when he needs to go, he can. And when he doesn't, he's still having an impact on winning by making winning-type plays that don't necessarily mean scoring the ball.
Illinois had missed 11 straight trays before Davis hit that last three. Here's Wagner on a post-up move. Fans wanted a push as he used his body to create some space. No whistle. He handles the physical nature of the game as well as any young guard in the Big Ten. 13 points, 10 this half. And again, that's with UCLA doing a pretty decent job of defending him. Bailey. Tantalizingly so. 7 minutes left. Bruins by 3. Daly with 19. Wagner in traffic. Dent, good job of collapsing down to get help. Oswell. Oh, they got the foul on a game for Cronin, who loves a grinder game. Tomislav with his first points of this half.
Think about it, only 23 points in the second half with 6.5 minutes left for a team in Illinois that scored 50 at halftime. So the pace has changed, but yet some of the dynamics are still the same as when they have open shooting UCLA in this second half. They've been able to find the range so far. Billadun. Davis.
Stojakovic lost it on the way up. Recovered by Davis.
A little push.
Oh, that was a mistake. Daly on the loose. And a foul against Wagner.
Yeah, but I thought
May have gotten away with one.
Davis, to save the possession.
In a game that, as we mentioned at the top, they desperately need. Mike DeCourcy's got them on the first 4 out long as play began today. 41 in the net. Wagner, straight line drive and a beauty. No recovery that time for the Bruins defense.
Well, they were able to get the ball up quickly, and the back line of UCLA's defense was still in a little bit of a transition stage. And speaking of which, oh man,
everything but the finish. Stojakovic now turns it up, and Daly reached in. They're going to tag him with the foul.
Clark, Daly, and some actions.
Just one of the 2 for Stojakovic. He's an 86% free throw shooter. That was a rare miss. And it's a 2-point lead for the Bruins. Booker, who felt it earlier, now giving it up from downtown. Stacey Augmon going up for the putback. Taking you back, I know, but that was a vintage Stacey Augmon play. A little partial to Stacey. He was the most undervalued of that UNLV squad.
Oh, trust me.
Back in the day.
Not on the defensive end, I can tell you that much.
Dent surveying the mismatch. Tried to use it. Eye arcing off the window, could not get it to go.
Let's see what actions right now. Keaton Wagner is in there. Ibišić, 2-man game.
And Milkovic back on the floor with 4. And that foul will go against Dent, I think. Yep, it goes against Dent.
But then he just drops it perfectly. And if I'm a player, another free throw miss, I'm cutting.
He's 5 of 8 at the line. And as I mentioned, I'll make it 6 of 9 now, but this is a guy who's almost automatic at the strike. 80-77.
Like I said, the pressure sometimes outweighs what the shooting percentage says you are.
The proverbial pipe will bust.
Yeah.
Clark playing with 4. Turnaround doesn't go.
Tough shot right there. Good defense that time by the Illini.
They're looking to make a pick and roll. Third it down. From downtown. On the glass, once again fighting for a rebound.
Also a question of which body.
Yeah.
Because he has a bench, but those that haven't participated, if that happens, we're projecting if it does. But UCLA wants to get out of here, you know, with a much-needed W with the full complement of their key players.
9 ties, 5 lead changes. Illinois led 33-10. 8 minutes deep into this game, UCLA was reeling. And then they managed to cut it to 7 by the intermission.
It says a lot about these young men's fortitude.
Bilodeau, beautiful shot fake. That's a big-time bucket.
Yep.
It's a 2, 82-79.
Hey, the twos count because you know what they do? They get you back in the game, or they can extend the lead. And that time, beautiful patience, pump fake, or dribble pull-up.
Again. And Zvonimir Ivisic on the receiving end of that Sherman Douglas-esque lob from Wagler.
Well, there's your, we want to keep Wagler out, 2 feet out the paint because he can do so much damage.
Perry, beautiful pass to Bilodeau. Perry splits the double team. Tried to get it to Bilodeau, but Stojakovic got in there and deflected it away.
And that's an example of that drive and kick Perry. That's a shot. And because you turned down a good look, you put your team in a compromising position to turn it over.
Off the heel for Ivisic and a foul.
Ivisic has time in the dunker spot. Perfect timing when to go for the lob.
I got to tell you, Mountain West Player of the Year, a guy that was knocking them down at a 40% clip from three-point range. He had been given the MO of a guy that's reluctant to shoot tonight. He's been very aggressive. He has 14 assists. That ties a career high, and they're up by 3. 0 turnovers. Some night for number 2 in the Bruin jersey.
He's going through a shooting slump. He can shoot his way out of it.
Absolutely.
Because he's going to have volume, and his usage rate was higher. UCLA is a little bit different, so I credit the young man for staying with it, and is paying huge dividends right now for the Bruins.
Bilodeau could not quite get that one past the front rim. Would have been a man of 3 had it gone down. Time now a factor, under 90 seconds left.
Eliminating those careless turnovers and empty possessions, which they've done to almost perfection here in the second half.
A collective monkey off the back after a horrible road trip. It would be a big breath of fresh air if they were able to pull off this upset tonight. Bilodeau. Sky Clark from 3. Perry did not hit the rim. It's got to go up. Bilodeau! He's fouled with only 1.5 on the clock.
And a little bit of gamesmanship coming out the timeout, knowing that Mick Cronin is going to draw up a play for man-to-man. Illinois went to a zone defense. The patience, but a lot of times in a zone defense, it's always a chance. You give up an offensive rebound, and that's what happened.
I think Perry had to be told that that ball didn't hit the rim. At first glance, I thought...
The bench.
Yeah, the bench had to tell him that didn't hit rim.
Well, because it looked like he was going to pull it out to the corner and reset the offense.
Absolutely.
And all of a sudden, he had to turn and throw it up, but it worked in the Bruins' favor.
Huge free throws here for Bilodeau. Another outstanding free throw shooter. 86% from the stripe this season. And after what was a difficult start, he has delivered the goods in the latter stages of the first half and here in the second. UCLA by 2. He had 2 in the first half, 13 points in the second. They're on their feet at Pauley Pavilion. It's Wagler time. He delivers. The pass is not there. It's rebounded off defensively by Ivisic.
And no timeout called by Brad Underwood.
On the recycle, the bump. And the foul goes against the Bruins, and Wagler will get to the strike.
And that's the trust Brad.
Wagler to tie it. And he does.
No pressure right there for that young fella.
He is a cool hand Luke. What about Donovan Dent? A 1-4 set. Time to trigger it. Here he goes. High pick and roll. He'll take the 3-ball off the front iron. And we are going to overtime. The equalizer may be Daly is gone, and we've got a number of players on the deck with 4. And you've got to be concerned with that, as you mentioned before. Go ahead and drive it at guys when they're in there, like Sky Clark. Beautiful work, great pass inside, and Tomislav Ivisic puts it in, and the Illini lead by 2.
A great play set to get Ivisic right deep inside. Beautiful left hand off the glass. A little zone defense here employed by the Illini.
Bilodeau. A 3-ball.
See, that's the shot he wanted to get him on that slipstream to end the game.
This thing could be over with.
And that's why Mick was so mad.
6 out of 10, 18. Another consistent performance after a really difficult start. 89-88 Bruins. Wagler pulls up. Look at that offensive rebounding work by Hummerhouse. Another recycle for Illinois. The other Ivisic. Off the front iron, another long rebound. This one to Wagler. And Keaton surveying again. Oswell. He's fouled. Got some ball, but got somebody on what was, with the offensive rebounds, Jimmy, a 51-second possession for Illinois. And Sky Clark, done. That's his 5th. So that is another Bruin.
Coming to fruition, what you talked about. And how about the heads-up play by Cannon Boswell? Rejected the screen, knew the baseline was open, prepared his mind and body for the contact.
And now with Daly gone and Clark gone, and these are 2 guys that have taken big shots in their past and in their present. Tonight, particularly Daly. Clark was saddled with early foul trouble, but did make a couple of key plays on both ends of the floor. And now Kylan Boswell at the strike. The Arizona transfer back home in Champaign.
And Kylan, and this is why you get a Kylan Boswell for late game situations, to be able to assess the moment. And how about Boswell accepting a different kind of role this year, but understanding the value of being the best in that role to help his team do something that all want, which is to win a championship.
People really forget that he reclassified to go to Arizona at age 17. Here he is, still a very young man, about to graduate at age 20.
Right. Good call.
Nice work to Booker. Dustin Dent. Boy, has he been outstanding. Donovan Dent, I beg your pardon. That was a magnificent dish.
Well, how about this 14 assists?
Yeah.
Is that a career high? Yeah, career high, 14 assists.
No, I was thinking about our director. Dustin
15
Dent.
assists.
Yeah.
15 assists. Don't let me get that one short. That time, Hummerhouse, you never see.
Wow. What was that?
I don't know.
Came out of nowhere.
I don't know what that was. I can tell you what this is. This is a young man that knows how to play the game. Now, look, it was a dicey pass that got bailed out by Booker that continued to follow him down the lane.
Well, that is an absolute gift from Illinois. You just don't see that.
No, not Hummerhouse. Like
Boswell. 0 for 3 since halftime for downtown. 4 lead changes now in the OT alone. Jamar Brown is on the deck with Sky Clark out. Dent again, high off the window. Bilodeau tries to come down with it. It's out of bounds to Illinois. Great effort by Bilodeau. But Illinois gets it back with 2.5 to play. And Boswell will check out. They're doing a nice job of getting those offensive and defensive substitutions in. And Underwood can play that game with that very deep bench of his. Stojakovic gives it up. Run deep. It does another offensive rebound. Mirkovic again, and this time he's fouled. Is it Bilodeau? Nope, they're going to get Jamar Brown, it appears.
And once again, it's a dribble penetration that breaks down the defense. Now you're in scramble mode when the shot goes up. Ivicic right there in the position to get it in the reach down. Why reach down to Jamar Brown? Ivicic is behind the backboard with nowhere to go.
A deep breath by. You could see Bilodeau's reaction after the whistle. He's so happy Jamar Brown got that first foul because Tyler was in a position to get it as well. Sandwich Ivicic. Under 1-point lead now for Illinois. And here we go.
Little offense, defense, brother for brother.
Yep.
Coming in. Because
well, the twin brother Tomislav and Zvonimir getting it done. Offensively and defensively. Trent Perry now runs the show. Pride of West Covina, California. Leaves it on the deck. Bilodeau shows. Gives it up quickly to Dent. There's the duck down. Bilodeau takes it up himself. That was a tough shot. That was a great move by Colin Boswell, wasn't it? Where he got in there quickly.
Yeah, Carter got there to use that big body to bump Bilodeau just enough to throw that turnaround shot off.
And number 10 with a bullet and playing for a top seed potentially. It's these moments that come in handy. That one went over the backboard. It'll be awarded to UCLA, and Brad Underwood is in disbelief. He wasn't sure that was the case. Perry has gone wire to wire for UCLA. Trent Perry has not left this game. Dent's going to run the show this time. Perry's off the ball. Dent underneath, rejected. Great defensive work by Humrickhouse again. Timeout coming. 59.5 remaining. Oh, those judgment calls on offense, right?
It really is, and this is where the size comes into effect because Dent has been very effective of getting up underneath a longer defender. Humrickhouse didn't give up, was able to get just.
Rebounds are 6-1 in overtime in favor of Illinois. Big moment defensively here for UCLA. Wagner leans in. Oh, the iron on time. Stojakovic had it. It's saved. What a beautiful play by Brown. Jamar Brown collected it. And now UCLA can take the lead with a 2. Don't need a 3. And it's going to be a timeout for Mick Cronin. That was a huge break. And that was a good look for Illinois.
That's an offensive rebound Stojakovic has to go get, okay? He was in position, but you got to go get that. You got to go get it. And because of that, inadvertently go right to your opponent. Now 16 seconds is left on the shot clock as well.
By the way, rebounding from this point on the floor is exactly what Cronin specializes in. Perry has gone end to end. Underneath, he got a foul. That time, as he had hang time, he was able to induce the foul, and it comes from Humrickhouse, and Brad Underwood not at all happy with that call.
Well, let me see. One timeout left, and you do have a challenge.
Yep.
See, I threw it in the air and called a challenge. It doesn't hurt me if you don't get, and I do lose my timeout. Okay, so I'll call a play right now for my crew that's on the court on what to run. But you never know because it.
The iron kind for Perry. 6 lead changes in OT. And the Illini shoot for the win right here, right now.
No spacing.
Humrickhouse for 3. Look at the putback. It's Wadler. Now, how much time will be left on the clock? Timeout was taken, you know, immediately.
I think it's around 4
Yeah.
seconds. There it goes.
4-9.
We'll go to the monitor
see.
too. Look at the clock. See how much time ran off.
Right here, timeout, maybe 4-6, 4-5. Right here, as Brandon Williams comes in, redshirt sophomore, to take the ball out of bounds and in if the ball is in front. And Brad Underwood wanted to get a look at how UCLA was going to be set up with their inbounds play. So now they'll make an adjustment. Again, UCLA, get the ball in as with getting quad 1 win in tournament.
Oh, no. You're right
you know
about
what
that.
I mean?
Absolutely.
And that's
Still some big games left to be played in these last 2 weeks.
believe it.
You figure Bilodeau, right? Or maybe Dent?
Well, watch this play. Come back, try to get to half court. Here's the pick.
There it is. Dent